Now, from the second city of Chicago, head down Lakeshore Drive and you find venerable Soldier Field, home of the Bears. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Chicago Bears. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, and that's Cairo Santos to get us started. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so they're going to blow it dead, and they'll bring the ball out to start at the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
180. Sit on. 180.
Now the Ravens use their first timeout, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. Play action now. Jackson. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Loss of 7 yards. It's 2nd down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On play action, here's Jackson. Oh, a teardrop throw there off his back foot. It's complete. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down. And it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Kyler Gordon. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
They're going to run. It's the man from Rutgers, Kyle Monunga. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Teddy Buchanan on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3.
Second down, they need 7.
At the 16-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. That's the big tight end, Colston Loveland. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of
18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Bears first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
Real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on that round. 0 to 100. Real quick. Real quick. Real quick.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. On the ground, here's the Texas Longhorn, Roschon Johnson. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss. Williams to throw on second down. Open man, that's Luther Burden. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. 0-0 is the score. We're back to Soldier Field after this. No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. They're going for it. Here's Williams. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he's going to have the first down. Aggressive call there. It works out as they convert on fourth down.
A little bit of a risky decision for some, Mike, but frankly, I really like it. I think the days of being aggressive on fourth down, even on your side of the field, are here to stay. And while some people say this is over-aggressive, in this case, the aggressiveness paid off, and they're going to keep this drive alive.
And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
We don't give these big guys enough credit, Mike, just how fast these defensive tackles really are. Here he uses his speed to break through, take the back down for a loss.
What is it?
On second down, it's Williams. That's caught left side by Odinze. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
First run of the game here for DeAndre Swift. He'll look forward for maybe a yard. Marlon Humphrey is there to bring him down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Ready to go.
Throwing on second down. Williams. 2 minutes to play. Still searching for our first points of the half. We'll come back to Soldier Field following this. First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's third down. To throw is Williams. He'll try to set up the screen here to Swift. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. And it sets up fourth down.
Ready to hold on.
They'll indeed go. It's Williams. That's taken in. And he'll indeed pick up a Bears first down as they get the conversion with a gain of 14.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
2nd and 10.
Ready to go.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That one, take it in, middle of the end zone. Holston Loveland Touchdown, Chicago.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
The score, Bears 7, Ravens nothing. Cairo Santos to kick off for
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And it's a poor kick here. Doesn't even make the landing zone. So that means the ball is going to come out to the 40-yard line.
Don't worry. Hey!
Off the play fake. Jackson moving left. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Rashad Bateman, the intended target, and it's going to be third down.
And their offensive struggles just continue to show up time after time here in this first half. It's going to be hard to sustain drives when you continue to put themselves in holes on these early downs like they did here.
And that is incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Isaiah Likely. And it's going to be fourth down. On fourth down, they snap it to Jackson. And off the deflection, it is taken in. And this is going to backfire in a big way. Going for it on their own side of midfield, but they turn it over on downs. On the option, it's Swift. Not much there. Maybe a yard. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Ready, set!
We're going to get this outside. This could be a double pass. That is incomplete. They tried to take a shot there, use a little trickery, but the defense was all over it, and it brings up third down.
yards to go.
Ready, set!
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Yeah, he'll air one out. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
And the best offense on third downs, Mike, is to be really good on first and second down. This keeps teams from putting themselves in these unfavorable positions. It's part of the reason why these drives continue to stall out.
To throw, it's Williams. He's going to try it here again. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Georgia. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the third quarter begins. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready, set!
Here's Williams on first and 10. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
I like the call. Using the screen as a drive starter to pick up a chunk play and get this offense into some rhythm. It's clear this offensive play caller anticipated the rush of the defense, and he was able to use it against them.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
That's a short throw caught by Komet. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
He's going to have the first down, so they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up the first down.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a first down.
That's another Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
What is it up?
Out of the shotgun, it's a give to Swift. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Ready, throw.
Johnson will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
Now I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This is fielded inside the 5. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you. They're going to be back up now to start this drive. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Play clock down to 0. That is not the way to start a drive. Out of his end zone, Jackson. Oh, that's not going to work out at all. That is a safety. Running out of space in the back of that end zone. The back line gets him. It is a safety and 2 points for the defense as the QB just ran out of time and ran out of room.
And boy, did he ever, Mike. And that's one of those plays that we're going to see for a long time. He just lost track of where he was on the field. That back line in the end zone kind of creeped up on him, and it's going to result in 2 points for the defense.
What is it up? Westy.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that